Hey there, everybody. Just doing a quick mic check. Let me know if you can hear me since I've turned it on. And hello to everyone already in the stream. Just running back up to the top. David, I'm going to guess that's Toma. Could be Thomas, I guess. 1996 penny front and back. Really nice condition. Appears to be doubled on both sides. Check that to make sure it's not machine doubling, because if it is, it's not worth anything. Ben's Fanatic, thanks for subscribing. And if that was really loud, I'll try to turn that down a little bit. Sorry. Jersey Silver Stacker probably already had to go, but thanks for stopping by. DJR member, longest member on the channel to date. Welcome. Glad to see you in the chat. Adam Franklin, thanks for joining tonight. Awesome America, thank you for the luck there. Timothy Meyer, I do want pictures of this score you said you had, especially if they're BU Benjis. That's pretty cool. Awesome America, I'd love to see some silver tonight as well. We'll be hunting 2 boxes. I will be going through them quickly. If you guys have noticed, I have not posted as much of late because I have been super busy. I was actually editing a quarter video up until about 5 minutes ago, and it's my first real video in, like, I want to say almost 8 or 9 days. And I've got to go pick up more half dollars tomorrow. So I wanted to get through these tonight and figured no better way than to do it with friends. Faz That Coyote, how are you doing, sir? And glad you saw this pop up in your notifications. If you're in the chat and you haven't clicked that subscribe button, you haven't clicked that bell, and I think you click personalize. I know I always say all in my videos, but you do want to make sure you sign up to get all notifications because it will skip them. But thank you guys for paying attention and jumping in. I did mention, I think in a member chat, or maybe it was on a full chat, that I may just jump on here real quick one night. So for those of you that were waiting for it, man, thank you so much. As you can see, I'm doing the vertical format. I'm playing with it. I know there's a couple of YouTubers doing it. It does show up in the shorts feed, which I'm hoping draws in a handful of additional people just to get a little more exposure. But I don't know how long I'm going to do the format because it's real small and I'm not sure I like it. Create Craft, you said how many? Welcome to the stream. I'm not sure what you mean. Maybe you're asking Timothy how many silvers he found. But I also want to know. Hey, Jesse Kruckenberg, thanks for joining the stream. Faz, go finish up what you're doing, man. I need your full attention. That would be cool. You had 13 Franklins, a 64 proof Kennedy, 69 S proof, 2006 S silver proof, and 37 40s. That's a great score, Timothy. That is awesome. Hey, Brad Miller. Thanks for joining the stream. Wolf Metal Stacking. Good to see you. Dumps 15. What is up? Thanks for the luck. Let's see. Create Craft. Yes. There you go. You got your numbers. Wolf Metal Stacking alternate GA. Are you the alternate Georgia Hunter? Yeah, Dumps. I much prefer full screen too. But if you're watching on your phone, which honestly, when you look at the stats, like, lots and lots and lots of people that watch my stuff are watching on their phones. So supposedly this can work out better for people that consume most of their YouTube content via the phone. But again, I'm not a huge fan of the format, but we'll see how it goes. So it is 9:05. I have 2 boxes tonight, guys. I've been kind of toying back and forth here. It seems like when I go live, I don't find a lot of silver and stuff, so I feel bad trying to charge for rolls. But if anyone's interested in buying a box and you get to keep what we find, all the rolls can be yours. I'm happy to entertain that tonight. If there's interest, let me know. I'm also happy just to hunt them, and we'll give away random rolls like we've done in the past. And obviously, I'm sure we'll find a giveaway or 2 along the way. And I did pull some silver tonight that I am either going to do buy it nows or auctions if there's interest, but no pressure to buy anything. And I'm just, with silver kind of high, I'm looking to offload a few things. So if there's interest there, again, no pressure, but we can do that a little bit later in the stream. Alternate, yeah, short, landscape short. No, that's probably what I'll do, Wolf. I almost went widescreen tonight, and kind of last second changed my mind. Yeah, that 71S I sent you was really, really nice. So let's see here. Create Craft says 2 box nickel hunt this week. Box 1, holes in the bottom yielded no silver or buffaloes, but it did give up a 1961 proof. Very nice. Box 2 is still in progress. I am so bad now. This quarter hunt that I just did, I was editing it right before this. I started it Monday, I think, and I just finished it last night. So it's been taking forever for me to get through boxes. So tonight we're going to plow through these half boxes. Hey, Ron Below, however we say it. Welcome to the stream. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So no one has chatted anything about interest in purchasing rolls or anything. I know I didn't call out a price, but there was just doesn't seem to be a lot of interest. So I got 2 boxes. I'm going to jump into one. If people change their mind for box 2, we can change our mind on that. But let's just grab. I've got 2 stacked up here. I'll take the first one off. It's going to take me a second because with this widescreen. Now you'll see I've got a little star on this. Just so you know, my teller at Fifth Third now has gotten really, really good. When she picks up a box and hands it to me, you know, for about 3 weeks in a row, and if you guys follow my channel, I've had a couple of great scores lately. She's picked them up and said, "Ooh, this one feels really heavy." And I've basically almost every time she said they're heavy, she's been right. I'd say 75-80% of the time, and we've found silver in them. And she said this one felt a little heavy, so I went ahead and put a star on it to say if there's silver in that, I'll make sure I tell her she was right. So dumps, typically when I do this, I do like $2 a roll, $50 for the box. Anything we find, you keep. I do try to cap, if it's a crazy NIFC box and there's, 10 million, NIFCs in it. I don't necessarily want to lose $200 on a box giving away NIFCs. But yeah, that's typically what I do, and I'm happy to swap out NIFCs for silver value. So that's typically how I've done it in the past. I've only sold rolls a couple of times. Just because I feel bad because you guys do live streams, right? So often they don't yield much silver and people spend a lot of money on it, and it just makes me feel bad. So I don't do it too often. Especially when you guys see when I film it, I find tons of silver, and when I live stream, I'm lucky to find one. So not trying to talk you out of it, but if you're interested, dumps, let me know. I'll give you a minute to think about it. But I have opened this box already, so there's no silver on the ends. I don't recall seeing any proofs. I do see a 2021 ender. And again, I opened these boxes on Friday last week, so it's been a good long while since I've looked at them, so my memory is a bit hazy. But that's where we're at. So, I'm trying to think. Let me know, dumps. I'll go ahead. You haven't said anything. I'll go ahead and jump into this box, and if we change our mind for the next one, well, that's fine. It's all good, man. We're all friends here. All right, Nightbot's talking to me. That's a good thing. Last time Nightbot wouldn't talk to me. So how is everyone doing? You guys doing well? So John says, I don't like this format. Yeah, I'd mentioned that earlier. I don't know if you were in here, but I'm not a huge fan of it either, but we're going to give it a try. It does get a little bit more coverage through the shorts feed, so we're going to give it a try. Create Craft, I don't think either box had enders. Both were checked. I didn't see any silver enders. I don't recall seeing NIFCs or proof enders either. But again, these boxes were open like 6 or 7 days ago. Hey, Quirky Quip. Do I know Frostbite? Like the Halo player Frostbite or somebody else Frostbite? Hey, JR, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. All right, I'm going to go ahead and jump into these and we'll see how it goes. And like I said, if people want to get into box number 2, and I will give away a handful of rolls throughout this box. So if you guys are here, don't think I'm not, because no people didn't buy, I'm not going to do kind of what I did last week. I'm not going to give away every roll, of course, but we'll give away some rolls just to keep it interesting for you guys in the crowd. No, JR, you didn't miss a whole box. I literally just got started. So it's a nice 19. Actually, you know what? We'll lay them out and do it. Oh, I see a proof already. Look at that. 1982. San Francisco proof. Already there. So Faz, if you're not paying attention, we already got one. And it's actually a really, really nice one. Very cool. That jumped right out when I laid it out. So 73D. This makes it a little bit hard for me to see, but give me just a second, guys. I think I can do that and use my big screen. I can. Look at that. That's cool. All right, let's see here. Great start. All right, roll number 1. I know I'm changing my mind on how I do stuff. You guys have to deal with my craziness. 2021 Philly, not an NIFC. And if you guys have questions about anything, coin roll hunting or otherwise, happy to take it. I don't do politics on the channel, so we are going to stay away from that. But anything else pretty much is fair game. Happy to talk about whatever you guys like. Might not like my opinion on some stuff, but that's okay. Here's roll number 2. Not seeing anything there. Do I need to zoom in a little bit? Maybe make it a little better for you guys. There we go. Maybe you can see the coins a little bit better. 82. And if I go off camera, you guys just yell at me in the chat. I am trying to look up pretty often just to see what's going on. So Dumps, you're saying you'll take the box. Do you want to take this box or the next box? I'll do one more roll while you think that over. I'm like I said, because I've already started. I'd hate to take your money for a box we've already started, unless you want this one because you know you're gonna get a proof. Faz is calling it. There's gonna be a walker. All right, this one. So go ahead and PayPal me. It is the $50. Just PayPal me to GASilverhunter@gmail.com. Or my Cash App's in there too. It's scrolling across the top of the screen. Go ahead and do that. I'll keep hunting this roll, but just go ahead and do that so I see that come through. And happy to sell you the rest of this box, or really including the proof. That's fine. No big deal. I shouldn't say sell because that's not what we're doing. It is a channel donation for a box. That's what we're doing. FCC, SEC, IRS, whoever's listening. And JR, you are absolutely right. There has been a distinct lack of Georgia Silver Hunter on YouTube in the last 10 or 12 days. I've been trying to chat a little bit, or chat's probably not the right word. There's a 2022 on the end. Been trying to keep up with some of the comments that I've gotten. And I did a couple of just little posts so you guys know I was doing okay and not trying to ignore everybody and not quitting YouTube or anything like that. Just busy. I mentioned it, I think in my video that hasn't come out yet, but my wife turned 50 over the weekend, so my whole weekend was, I say shot, and I don't mean that in a negative way. We spent a lot of time taking care of my wife because she takes care of me. So big party, big surprise party at the house, and it was a lot of fun. So it's just been other life priorities. So Dumps, let me know once you've sent that money across. Let me know how many proofs have your, and is there some value to some, even if they're beat up. So Ron, there's not a ton of value in proofs that have been I'm not seeing any. Did you send it PayPal? How'd you do it, bud? There's not a lot of value in proofs that are damaged. Oh, you Cash Apped it. All right, very good. I see it. There it is. Thank you so much. Box is all yours. I have found, give me 1 second. Hang on. So keep in mind that I have sold a couple of tubes of proofs to viewers that wanted them because they were filling out albums, but this is my current tray, and most of these are pretty full. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that are only about a quarter full. The rest are, 3/4 or more full. So there's I think 12 of or 15 of these. And that's all the proofs I've found over the last 3 or 4 years. Again, I mean, I've got an entire tube of 1987 proofs. So I've done well with the proofs over. Actually, that's not true. 2 of these are 2023, but the rest are proofs. So I've done really, really well with proofs over the years. I have sold them for anywhere from about $1 a piece to $3 a piece to people that wanted them. There's not a ton of numismatic value once they're damaged, though. It's people wanted them for their books and whatnot, so I was happy to sell them. All right, we got something kind of dirty and gray here. I don't think it's going to be. I just think it's dirty. But I got excited for just a moment for you there, Dumps. So good luck. Yeah, $2 a piece. That's not bad if they're in decent shape. I love finding proofs, honestly. 2021 there. So, and Dumps, I will slow down a little bit and I'll check to make sure if we have any no FGs or DDOs or any of that kind of stuff since you paid for the box. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see my scope isn't 100% lined up there between my big screen and my little screen. We're getting into roll number 5. Hey, Jesse, how are you? Hey, Ethan Tube. So far, you have missed one proof. So Dumps 15 has purchased this box, and he's going to get to take home whatever we find in it. And we're praying for some silver. Or at least, at the very least, give me just a second. Let me line this up differently so that it matches. So what I'm looking at, you're looking at. There we go. So hopefully we find something decent for him. This proof's already really nice. Lots of 82s and 83s in this roll. Yeah, silver proofs, I've found more than one for sure, but it's pretty amazing when you do find them because they're just, I mean, you talk about something that's definitely not supposed to be in circulation. I mean, it's bad enough when people pop proofs out and send them or sell them, spend them, maybe is the right way to say it. But when somebody took the time to pop out a silver proof and spend it, they definitely had no idea what they had, or they just were really, really needing the money, I guess. That's a Philly 2000. I have never found a 77 DDO ever. That is another one of those coins when people say, you know, what are you hoping to find one of these days? Well, that's one of them. That was roll number 7. What about Balboas? I have a tube started of both half and quarter Balboas. I think I have found more half Balboas than quarters, but I could be wrong. I do find them pretty frequently. Hey, American Stacker, how are you? Oh, that's too bad, Skunk. Well, we're not skunked yet today because we do have, sorry, it's off camera. We have one really nice proof. I'll put it over here so we can see it. It's actually a gorgeous proof for being circulated. So something else I got, I'm going to show you guys here in just a second. I need to read up on it a little bit more, and I'll do a separate video on it. Is I got contacted by a guy who's created these coin view things there for looking at coins under your microscope, and they're pretty slick. But I haven't really read up on. I mean, he basically said if I'll talk about them on the site, maybe even try to sell them, he'd give me a pair, which he did. And I've only played with them a little bit, and they're kind of neat, but I'll show them off to you guys here in just a second. Let me get through one more roll. So if any of you guys are big coin roll hunters and you got a magnifying glass, and you guys can hear when I drop these coins on mine, I've got a metal bed on my microscope. So, you know, if I was dealing with really, really nice coins, I'd potentially be damaging them just by putting them under the microscope. And these things are pretty cool. They'll help you, you know, salvage your coins and not potentially damage them. This is roll number 10, Dumps. It has not been great after that first roll. So Brad's taking the second box. Did anybody say they wanted it prior to that? If not, Brad, it's all yours. It is $50. If you weren't, were you here? Let me know in the chat if you were here when I was explaining how I do it. Because I don't want to explain it again if you don't need to hear it. And I only have 2 boxes tonight, so that'll be it. So really quickly, here are those coin view things I was talking about. I think they're pretty neat. Nice little felt bottom, say coin view on the bottom. It's got some pretty neat stuff. I'm just going to grab maybe this thing. So it's got a holder. So if you're looking at the edge, this can fit under your microscope. So if you're a dollar hunter, you know, a Sacagawea dollar hunter, and you're looking for that doubled lettered edge, this thing's really cool because you can drop your coin in there and it'll hold it exactly vertical for you. It has a 60% incline hold. It's got a 30% incline hold. And then it has routed out edges for every type of major US coin. So you can put it in there, and if you've got a metal base, you can get this in and out from underneath your microscope without scratching your coin up. And it also comes for your big bullion, so your silver rounds, your you know, whatever other kind of bullion you have. So these are pretty cool. They're 3D printed. He's patent pending on them, but they're pretty neat. Just thought I'd show them off. I'll do another video on them at some point, but since you guys are here, I thought they were pretty cool. All right, Brad needs me to explain it to again. So it's $50. Did you do PayPal, or let me just check my PayPal or Cash App? Either work. Just checking real quick. So there it is. So the way I do it, it's $50. You basically get anything that we find in the box, and I do, that includes shipping, and I do put it in either a little small box or I try to protect it as much as possible in a padded envelope. So it's not like just being sent through standard mail. We might have another proof, by the way. NIFCs, I try not to lose money on the deal, so I will try to do silver value if we have a crazy box full of NIFCs, but even those typically you'll get to keep. And we do have another proof, another 1982. And that's basically it. You get to keep everything we find. And I'll look for errors, varieties. You'll get to keep proofs. If it's silver, doesn't matter. So, Dumps, you have 2 1982 San Francisco proofs on the hunt. Really, really nice. And I didn't mention this to Dumps. There's a 2005 Denver for you, so you're up to 3 finds on the box. I didn't mention this to Dumps, but if we are silver skunked, I will throw in some silver so you don't go home empty-handed. It'll either be a 40 or 90%. I got to remember what I used to do. But I don't want you guys to pay for a box and not get any silver if you happen to get silver skunked. Sorry, Faz. I know you got that really nice 1971 you were excited about. Gorgeous 82s, though. If any of you guys know, I don't know off the top of my head. I need to look it up. There's a couple of varieties on proofs. I can't remember if the 82 was one of them. If anybody is interested in looking that up, I can look it up later. But if it's worth putting under the scope to see what we have, I can happily do that. This is an ugly 83. Well, even if it is a no FG, it's worthless. $2021. And so, Dumps and Brad, the way this will work on the NIFCs is if you just get one, I will ship it to you if you want it. If you get up to at least $2 worth of NIFCs, I'm happy to swap that out for a silver dime. And then obviously as it goes up, we'll trade that out for whatever the silver value is. Unless you just want the NIFCs. I thought we were going to have silver here, but I think it was just... That might be silver. Let's see. That might be. Might be a faker, though. Ah, it's a faker. 1971 Denver. And it is clad. You can hear it. That is too bad. I thought we were going to have you some silver, bud. By the way, we are on roll number 13. If you want to keep track here. So you still got a good long way to go. I'll look at that 71 in a second. 72 with an FG. GA is at 50 a box, even if it was an epic box when opened. Absolutely. If I'm selling a box and that's what the deal is up front, that's what the deal is up front. I don't change the price if there's tons of silver. I do know Walker Magnet. He did a box. I think we might have another proof in here, maybe. Walker Magnet last year had a box. I think he does 50 a box as well. And Hunting Southwest Ohio had bought a box, and Walker Magnet had been silver skunked or finding, you know, the random 1 or 2 or 3 silvers here or there. And Hunting Southwest Ohio got a box. He paid 50 bucks for it. Had, I think, $900 in value in silver in it out of that $50 purchase. I think he let Walker Magnet keep some of it to cover the cost of the box and the shipping and all that. So he kind of, you know, he did the right thing. That thing I thought for sure was going to be a proof. But yeah, man, when you say I'm selling the box for 50 bucks, you're selling it for 50 bucks. Dumps, these are beautiful 1998 Denver. I mean, it's probably popped from a mint set. If you want it, here, I'll put it aside. Let me know if you want to keep it. I'm happy to throw that in. It's a gorgeous coin. Hey, Ron, yep, first live. I mean, I've been live streaming more in the last few months than I ever have previously. I do my best to live stream, and this was just a matter of me needing to get through these coins. Hey, Cheryl Martin, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. All right, Brad, that's fine. We'll see if you get many NIFCs in your box. And NIFCs, if you're new, I'm like every other coin roll hunter. 21, 22, 23 are not NIFCs. They just aren't. So we do not hang on to those. They are still, at least the 21 and 22 are still relatively low mintage, but because of COVID, and coin shortage and everything, the mint literally just dropped them into circulation. We got another find for you, Dumps. 1987 Denver. There he is. Hey, Rat Cross Studio, thanks for subscribing. So for those of you that don't know, the 1987 is one of the more coveted NIFCs that we look for. It was only produced in mint sets and proof sets, so we don't find them often, and they are usually in pretty darn good shape because they were so, I will say rare. Rare is probably not the best word, but they were never really released in circulation as far as I understand. Yeah, that 87 looked really, really nice. Hey, Jeffrey, that's awesome. A 1943 Walker. I mean, finding silver period is awesome. Finding a 43 Walker is just amazing. Thanks, who is that? Maker Captain, it looks like. Maker Capped. JR found a really nice 87 this week as well. I do want to find some of the silvery stuff for you, though, Dumps. I'd much rather you find it in this box than me have to give it to you from my stack. That's just ugly. The 71, I'm going to put that under the scope. 2 of them. No and no. And for those of you that don't know, there's 2 double die obverse locations on the 71, and it's in the letters IN, and it's in the word trust, and that's why I'm always looking at both of those. All right, lots of shiny in this guy. I don't know what we're going to have. Silver rides a proof horse. Tell you what, I've done really well this year with, I've had 2 boxes that just really produced, and that's, honestly, it's rare. I think after my first little epic box, I had a live, and I was saying, like, this happens once a year, maybe once every 2 years if you're lucky, and then literally the next week, or it was the week after, I got another box that had, I don't know, 16 silvers in it or something, which is, again, it's rare, especially if you're only going through 2 to 4 boxes a week. I know some of you guys out there are doing 6, 8, 10, 12 boxes a week, so you're finding silver much more often than I am. But for the volume I do, to have gotten 2 pretty good silver boxes that close together is pretty awesome. Faz got some boxes. Looking forward to hunting those. So what did you say? Your proof stack for the 88 DDO. It's a good value. I got to check that. I'm sure I have some 88s. I don't know if I've ever actually checked my proofs for double dies. I guess I've not really thought about it because most of them are damaged, so I don't spend too much time looking at them. That 81D is not as nice as that 98, but it's still pretty nice looking. Yeah, so, and Create Craft, I'm not saying this is you, but I've been getting a lot of emails lately and the occasional chat from people that are saying, hey, you know, I've gone to 20 banks and no one has $50. And for those of you that don't know, I didn't walk into a bank and find these boxes of $50. These are, you know, I order every week. I have a bank that FG is real light. Sorry, Dumps, but we don't quite qualify. That was an 83P that I was hoping was a no FG for you. I've got a standing order with one bank, and I have another bank that orders them sporadically for me because they get limited on what they can order, and when they can fit them in, they will order me some boxes. Now, that is an ugly 2016 Philadelphia, but it's another NIFC for the box, so we'll add that up here with your 2005. And hopefully get you to some silver value. And let me update my ticker here so that newcomers know what we have. So we got two proofs, 3 NIFCs, and I've got that one nice coin up there. I'm not going to list that as anything special. Where did you guys go? There you are. So, John, you said you ordered from the mint. What do you mean you ordered from the mint? What did you order? Yeah, so if you've got a lot of hunters in your area, that's definitely going to make it harder for you, for sure. Ron, I've never been able to order Ike dollars. I don't know anybody been able to order Ike dollars from a bank. I know I've asked. Most of my banks say it's not on the order form that they have. So I'm at the mercy of just asking every time I go in, and if they happen to have some, I pick them up. But I have never seen a bank that could order Ikes. And that's not saying that there aren't banks out there that can do it. Just none of mine can that I've talked to. So the other thing, and I've shared this on other live streams, but when I first got into coin roll hunting, Rob Finds Treasure was that guy for me. I watched a ton of his videos and said, you know what, I'm going to give this a try. And I would get a box and hunt it and get nothing. And then I would, you know, a week or two later, I'd get another box and hunt it and get nothing. And I did that for several weeks. And I ended up chatting with Robin Hood Coins. Got you another NIFC, Dumps, 2013 Philadelphia. right there. See if I can fit that in the window. Got you a third NIFC. And because he was finding silver all the time, and I asked him for some tips, and his number one tip was, it's the same tip I give everybody else, it's volume. If you're not finding silver getting 1 box a week, get 2. If you're not finding silver getting 2 boxes a week, get 4. Because it is a volume game. Silver comes back into the system sporadically. And, you know, if you only get 1 box and all the silver was in the box right after it, well, you missed it. So that's why I've always ordered in at least pairs, if not more. And I used to do 8 boxes in order, and I just don't have time to do that anymore. And that was also back when I had access to a coin machine at a bank. And all of my banks have discontinued their coin machines. So I get to rewrap everything by hand, which is not fun. Hey, Alex Kaczynski, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. John, you said you order some coins from that. Yeah, I mean, the Mint has some great programs if you're a collector. Nothing wrong with that. They do take forever. Yeah, so, yeah, getting that W, I get coins all the time with the W mark on it. It makes me mad. I get the J mark. I get all kinds of stuff. We're on roll number 23, Dumps. So we're about to get into the bottom half of this box. FGs are getting light. You stay up there. I don't want to toss you back. So I don't know where all of you guys live, but in 2 weeks I will be in Las Vegas. So if any of my viewers are from Las Vegas and you're near the Strip, I will be down there. April 24th through like the 28th, something like that. So I'll be gambling fairly heavily at the Harrah's Hotel and Casino. So if you're down there, come find me. I thought we were all coin collectors. What's the difference? Well, so I'm kind of a collector, right? So like I don't have a lot of standing orders with the Mint. I like to collect what I find, but I don't go out of my way to buy stuff. And that's how I'm a different collector than others. So another NIFC for you, 2009 Philadelphia. You're up to 4, so you got yourself a silver dime if you don't want the NIFCs. Dumps, so that's pretty awesome. Good for you. 2 decent looking 71s. No and no. So Tim says, I get $6,700 a week, man. That's a lot, but I think you said you were retired, Timothy. So that's very helpful for you. I got lots going on. Faz, that is a real game. I'm going to give you silver and see if I get it back. I got the answer is no. Fairly heavily. I mean, so it's my boys trip. It's my annual boys trip. And we pretty much go out there, and the minute we get out there, we sit down at tables and we pretty much get up when it's time to fly home. Or until we run out of money. One of the two. Hey, Hunting Southwest Ohio. How are you, sir? All right, Dumps, you're going to want the dime. We'll square up at the end if you happen to get more, but you're in for at least a silver dime at this point. Which is awesome. That just looks fat. That wants to be a DDO. What's going on, Hunting Southwest Ohio? I have missed your last couple of streams. I've been even too busy to drop in on a stream. So apologies for not making an appearance. And lately when I do, it's like, hi, and then 5 minutes later I'm gone. Well, that's good, Rick. All right, we're getting into roll 26, Dumps. So this is second half of the box, and let's hope there is silver down here for you. So far, we are skunked. I meant to get a piece of paper to write this stuff down. So, Hunting Southwest Ohio, how is your coin shop doing right now for pricing, knowing that silver has finally decided to get off its butt and move a little bit? And on a side note, I am really upset because when silver got down to like 21 or 22 in the last month or two, maybe 2 or 3 months, I had probably over $1,500 in my cart across various bullion dealers, not all in one cart, like 500 here and 500 there, on stuff that I was going to buy that I never pulled the trigger on. And now I've gone back and looked at it, and stuff that was $22 is now like $36. And I'm going, yeah, I don't need that round that badly. So I'm a little bit in a holding pattern right now for stuff that I wish I had bought a month or two ago. But I hope it keeps going up. I do. And I love it when it's low. I should be buying more when it's low. Got another 1987. Another Philadelphia for you, Dumps. Very cool. And let me know if you want to treat these 87s like any other NIFC. I wouldn't personally, but it's up to you. I would rather have those than trade them for silver. But that's, again, totally up to you. What's your game at the casino? I play a little bit of everything. Love Texas Hold'em. Play a lot of Mississippi Stud. Play a little bit of blackjack and roulette. Play some Ultimate Texas Hold'em. I think we got another proof in here, guys. We'll wait till we get to the end to see it. But I do usually 1 or 2 poker tournaments. So 22 times face, is that how far off? That's not too far off. I think 90% right now, based on melts, what, at about 950, 980 face, or 980, so almost 20 times face. That's not bad. Faz, I've done more than 2 in a box, but yes, finding 1 is special. Finding 2 is really quite hard. Quite lucky, I should say. Another beautiful 98. Was the last one in Denver? All right, I'm going to throw this Philly in too. And again, if you don't want it, I can keep it. But they just look like they came right out of the mint set. And it's a Philly in a Denver. So I'll put that aside for you. And again, if you don't want it, that's cool. We will pitch it back. How much for the 87? I don't know. I've never really priced them. If anybody wants to pull it up on piece, oh, look at that. Not only do we, that's pretty awesome. So Dumps, not only are you getting 87 Phillies, you're getting an 87 San Francisco proof. Now we got a little bit of gunk on there. It's not the prettiest proof. The reverse is beautiful. It's got some dings in it, but there's your 87. So now you've got 3 proofs, and one of them is an 87. That is just awesome. But sorry, I was saying, if anybody wants to look up on PCGS what a 1987 in good condition goes for, I don't know off the top of my head. I can look in Redbook at some point. Let's see here. Do you play the Powerball? Oh, yeah, I play the Powerball. I play way too much lottery. Create Craft, if you didn't see, I won $10,000 last year on a $5 scratch off. I play way too much lottery. I thought about starting a lottery channel as well. 19X on 30 face of Walkers is a great price right now. I think that's a great price. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to read and hunt at the same time. It's like chewing gum and walking in a straight line. So, how are we doing on viewers? We're at 46, so it's doing the vertical stream is not quite expanding quite the way I wanted it to. So, you know, I think my next stream will do widescreen. That way, we'll give everybody a little bit of both. Oh, that's terrible, JR. Winning 10 grand at blackjack and giving it all back. I'll say I probably gave half, maybe a little bit more. We got another proof in here, just so you know. I probably gave more than half of my 10,000 back, my lottery winning. We'll get to it when we get to it. I don't want to ruin it. We'll make it fun for everybody. 82 FG, 72 FG. Kind of a nice 94. Was that 94 it? That night was a 94. That's probably a mint set coin. It's not as nice on the face as that 98, but that's what that super shiny edge was. I'm shocked that's not a proof. Sorry about that, Dumps. Thought you were going to have another proof. Miscalled it. Jeffrey, buying back at 19 face value is pretty good for an LCS. I know mine here in town would not be that high. Hey, Brian Robinson, welcome to the stream. How are you, sir? One of these days, I'm going to get this 77 DDO. It's going to happen. I don't even mind giving it to somebody else. I just want to find it. It's like I always say on Rick's or Hunting Southwest Ohio's streams. I always want to win the giveaways. And I keep telling him I'm just going to put it in his treasure chest. So I don't know why I want to win so bad, but I just want to win. All right, this is roll 32, I think, if I'm doing my math right. And Dumps, we got to find you some silver, man. No on the 74, ugly 71, not going to bother. See, that wants to be silver, and I hope it is silver for you. If it's another 71 faker, I'm going to be really disappointed. Trying to peek at it. Hunting Southwest Ohio, almost a 4K. That's awesome, man. That is great. Mine, I blew up at the end of last year. I'm still trying to figure out why. Well, not, I mean, I think I have a pretty good channel, but trying to figure out why it just took off when it did. And then because I haven't posted much lately, it has come to a screeching halt. It is another faker. Look at that edge. That wants to be silver. 71 Denver. That is definitely clad. I wish it was like an error planchet or something for you. But congrats on 4K, man. That's a great accomplishment. That is a great accomplishment. Yeah, Hunting Southwest Ohio is not 40%. I wish it was. You heard it. I dropped it. That would ring very differently if it was. We've had two of those too. Two of them that look like that. Oh, something else I did on this stream, if you guys didn't notice, last time I streamed, I've been playing with stuff. I had turned on ads throughout the video, and a lot of people complain because they, you know, they just randomly insert themselves, and it doesn't matter what, if you were interested in what I was saying, or I might have just found something cool, and it would pitch you guys randomly to ads, so I went ahead and turned those off, so that's less of a distraction as well. But I was playing with it to see what people thought and how it would work. And I'm not a big fan, so we turned it off. So after this, we got 15 more rolls for Dumps 15. And then it goes to, I think it was Brad. I might missay that. I'm sorry if I did. Oh, no. No, hang on. I'm logging back into something. Give me my code. Because I don't want to forget Brad. Yeah, it was Brad Miller. There we go. I just wanted to look that up. I didn't want to be wrong. $79. You guys are welcome for the list. Glad people are downloading that. That actually gets a lot of downloads. I did a bit.ly link for that so I could measure how many people on a regular basis click on that link and go get the I'm looking at the wrong thing. And go get that thing, and it's actually pretty highly trafficked. I need to give it another update because with the Strike It Rich book, there's a few more things that I'm looking for that still aren't on that list. Either way, it's a great starter list. Okay, roll 36. So David, you got to tell us, second ever Epic box. Tell us all about it. We're dying to hear. We all love Epic Silver boxes. And Hunting Southwest Ohio, when was your last Epic box? It's been a while. I mean, you've been pulling silver on your stream a bit more frequently, but I can't remember the last time you pulled a couple 30 or 40 silvers in a box, other than Walker Magnet's box, which you bought, which I was telling that story earlier, and you weren't here. $2014, you got yourself another NIFC. Looks like we've got a Denver, so you're up to 5. Let me update my ticker here. Got 5. Actually, you've got 6. And you've got 3 proofs. Really, your best is 29 in a box. You do a ton of boxes, too. So, Leroy, we had 2 people. I ended up selling entire boxes tonight. Dumps15 decided to buy this whole box, and I think he's got a proof. And Brad bought the second box, and that's all I have tonight. So, it was kind of I didn't even know if I was going to sell them. And they both piped up and said they wanted them. We've got a 2023 D. If you're asking if we see those in Atlanta, we do. It's a really nice 1991. There's your proof right there. Definitely have one. Check that reverse. Let's see. Are we going to get an 82, another 87, or something different? 2005 with lots of fingerprints. So there you go. 4 proofs on the box. Pretty awesome. 4 Walkers, 9 Benjis, 2 90s, and 23 40s. Now that is a box. 9, 10, 11, 15 90s. Almost a whole roll. That's amazing. Especially with silver where it is now. Faz, I do it all the time. I was telling the story earlier about talking to Robin Hood Coins. That's kind of how I got the advice. I would watch his videos and just sit there and seethe in my own anger that every week that dude was pulling down silver. And here I was week after week. You know, granted, it was only 1 box at a time, but never got silver. And it was it was enough fuel for me to say, I'm going to reach out to this guy and ask him what his secret is. And hey, Derek Hammer, thanks for subscribing. You know, the secret for him was volume, man. And I mean, it makes sense. It's not rocket science, but hey, Fred I can't even say that. Stipkovitz, welcome to the stream and thank you for subscribing. But yeah, I do it all the time. I watch people, and especially when I'm on a skunk. The end of last year, I went, I think, on a 16 or an 18, something like that, box skunk. I tend to try to forget them, so I can never remember exactly how many boxes it is. But man, when I can't hit silver and I'm watching other people's videos and they're finding silver every box or every other box or whatever, yeah, I get upset. It's human nature. Hunting Southwest Ohio, best ever 49. Ah, since you started the channel was 29. Okay. So, Michael, that's awesome. When you can go into a bank and pick up, you know, a handful of customer rolls and most of them are silver. I've done that a couple of, well, I won't say a couple of times. One time for sure, and I got a massive score, and that video is on my channel, and everybody, because they were customer rolls, I got called a fake and a cheater and a whatever a bazillion times. But man, the rolls were loaded with commemoratives, with 90%, with 40%. It was epic. For only 5 rolls, it was a lot of silver. But it's a beautiful thing when you can go in and just get a handful of rolls and get a huge silver score. Okay, roll number 40 for dumps 15. And then you're going to have to bear with me while I get a sheet of paper because I want to write some things down so I don't screw things up with how we're going to do this. So Brian, you got 2024s. Now, I have not seen any 2024s lately. I have not seen any 2024 coins. We got another proof. 2003 Denver right here. So you got another NIFC. I think you're up to 1, 2, 3. You're up to 6 regular NIFCs. We got ourselves a 1984 proof. So now you're up to 5 individual proofs. That's got to be a mint set. I'm going to give you that one too. Look at that edge. That was popped right out of a mint set. I'm going to throw that up there for you. I'll ask a dreaded question. Did everybody get done paying their taxes? Because I know I just wrote a bunch of checks to the government today that I wasn't real happy about, but I did pay my taxes, so the relief is over that it's done, and I've got a year until I have to do it again. Hey, Coin Flip, how are you? 2024 quarters. I'll probably start seeing the quarters pretty soon. The quarters and the pennies are the first things that show up in Atlanta. Oh, we might have either another mint set coin or another proof here. I don't know if you guys can see that down here on the end. Right there. That's a super thick edge. Super thick edge. It's a proof. I can see it, just the edge of it hanging out there. So dumps, it might not have been the box that you necessarily were hoping for silver, but it definitely produced some cool stuff for you. And there it is, 1980. '72. So what was that last one? It was an 84. So if you've got a book you're filling out, you're doing all right. You're getting some variety. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 proofs. And we said 6. Well, that's 8 NIFCs, actually, if you count the 87s. Get that updated. Faz, I think it happens a lot. I mean, with halves, you figure it doesn't, but I've gotten proof pennies, I've gotten proof nickels, proof quarters, so you know what happens, and you probably have the average person looks at it and they go, ooh, that's shiny. Now, that's probably a mint set coin. Super thick, really orange. I'm gonna guess proof. I'm sorry, I'm gonna guess mint set coin, but maybe another proof. We'll see. Yeah, my problem is when the 2024s come in, I'll get entire boxes. And I'll get entire boxes for several weeks. The nice thing is I typically pick up, I don't order quarters most of the time. Enough of the Wells Fargos around me just have them. Yeah, that was some kind of mint set coin. It was at 94. It was a Denver. It's not very pretty. Otherwise, I'd give it to you. It's a little beat up. Sorry about that. 2022 Denver. But I don't order boxes of quarters. I just go by Wells Fargo and take whatever boxes they have. And it is not uncommon when I open them up, if they're all 2024s, I'll actually give the box right back to them. And if they have another box, I'll swap it out. And if the second box is 2024s, I'll just take it because I don't want to play that game all day. But a lot of times, the next box won't be all 2024s, or they won't have a second box. So let's keep going here. So we have, we're on roll 43? 43. If I'm doing my math right up here, there's 7 rolls left, so that would be 43. That just beat all to hell, wasn't it? If only we could get you a silver. If only there was a silver. Coin giveaway. Can you please do a quick giveaway? I will do a small giveaway after this box, just for you guys. How's that sound? I got to think of something to give away, and it probably won't be super valuable, but I'll give something away. Why not? This is the problem with the impromptu stream. You're not quite sure what you're going to do, so you have to wing it a little bit. Faz, you've called the walker already. We haven't seen it yet. Let's hope we do, though. And if he's right, we all need to get lottery tickets from Faz that Coyote. All right, 5 rolls left, boys and girls. Showtime. I love Benjis. They are my favorite. I mean, I love all silver coins, but between the Walker, the Benji, and the Kennedy, the Benji's my favorite. Now, we can make some arguments once we start going further back. The capped bust half is beautiful. You don't see those too often. All right, roll number 47, 7, 8, 9, 10. 47 coming up right here for you, Dumps. Do I know Diggin' Dave? John, yes, I know Diggin' Dave. All right, Hunting Southwest Ohio, thanks for stopping in, man. Really appreciate it. And I will see you hopefully in your next stream, sir. So I fell in love with the Benjis when I was a child because my grandfather always had them laying around the house when I was a kid. So it was one of the first coins that I truly maybe had an appreciation for as a kid, as having kind of a neat, fun design on it. And it was something that I'd like to have like in my pocket, and I just thought they were really neat. And that has just stuck with me. And I mean, it's on my logo, so. One thing I need to add to my live streams is music. I haven't figured out a good source for music that I can run in a loop that's not super irritating. Because I know some people have music, and I know that even I get sick of listening to the music sometimes, but it's nice to fill the space. Uh, 73. Oh, come on. Again, we got another one that wants to be silver, but I don't think it is. I think it's going to be another like 71 or 74. It so desperately wants to be silver. It's another 71. You can hear that. Hopefully that's coming through on the microphone. That's clad as clad gets. 40% silver rings, very, very different. So roll 49. You know, my plan tonight, had we not sold rolls, was really just to plow through these and not really look for errors. But 2006 Denver, another NIFC here on the end to add to your stack. Nope. Nope. Oh. So many coins to look at. Let's see here. Seated Liberty is probably my favorite pre-1900s design. Got 2 half dimes, a dime, CC2, that's nice, and a quarter for all my seated stuff. Why do so many halves have Sharpie on them? I see marks all the time. That's from other hunters who mark their coins so they know if they get them back. And I hate it. Hate it. It is the second, so you got the 53 BU, second lowest mintage in the series next to the 55. Yeah, send me those pics, man. I can't wait to see them. I do like the sound of coins too. Houston Pools 23. I'm using my phone actually turned sideways going through a vertical stream on OBS, if that makes sense. So, John, it could be a 71 struck on 40% silver planchet error, but you would hear it when I dropped it, and that's why I dropped it, because if it were a silver planchet, it would sound... Hang on. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it would have a much higher ring than a clad, which is kind of a dull thud. So that's why I always drop them. You can hear it. Have you heard about the semi-quincentennial coin stuff the Mint is doing? No, I have not. And doesn't matter. I too wish everyone would stop marking coins. Dumps, we have reached the end of your show. That is the end of your box. We've got this last roll for you. And I am not seeing any silver in here for you, sir. Probably a 2021 or 2022 in here that we're going to throw back. But honestly, this was not disappointing with the number of finds. Especially if you're a proof guy. 98. That shiny was a 98, I think. No, it wasn't. It was this 21. Hey, maybe that's Jake. J and KE, just subscribe. Thanks for the sub. Really appreciate it. All right, so let me get a sheet of paper. Dumps, if you're still here, let me know. So we've got the 87s, which I think you said you were going to keep. These mint set coins were really nice. I pulled them for you. If you want them, just say so. They were just super nice, and I thought you might want them since you paid for the box. But it looks like it's a 1998 Philly and Denver and a 1990 Denver. You did end up with 2, 4, what is that? 2, 3, so you got 7 NIFCs. So I'm happy to convert those to, we'll call it 2 silver dimes if you want to do that. And I'll just hang on to the NIFCs. And then, of course, you'll get all of your proofs. And for buying the box, here's your your proofs. For buying the box, I'll throw in a 90% silver since you were skunked. And that way you won't go home empty-handed on the silver. So, Dumps, you're here. You said you'll take them. I'm guessing you're talking about the mint set coins that I think are mint set. You do want a couple of dimes, so give me a second. I had my dimes thing out here, but I got it taken, or I threw it away. So if you're 90%, you want a 64, do you want a Benji, or do you want a Walker? Let me know that. Put it in the chat while I go grab some dimes. Dump said a Benji. Sorry guys, nature had called while I was looking for dimes. I'm just going to dump a couple out here. Here's a decent looking 61. So I'll put those NIFCs away. And let's see here. You could pick. I'll just from here. I've got a really nice 64 if you want it. I've got a 53, a 52, a 54, a decent looking 61, and a 46. And right here was another 64. So let me know if you have a care in the world about the year of the dime. Sorry, you can't really see them that well, but there they are. And then you said you wanted a Benji, which I don't have a lot of Benjis in here. I might have to get you a 1961 Benji. Looks like it is a Philly for your trouble. Oh, so I pick. You know what? Because it's silver weight, I'll get you a 64 just because it'll be the most weight and it looks the nicest. That's typically how I like to do it. If you're not completing an album, that's honestly the better way to do it. So there'll be a 61 and a 64 in there for you. That 64 is a Denver too, so you got a mint mark. Okay, so let me do a little housekeeping here. So this is all the stuff you're getting. Mint set coins, the 87, the Benji, 2 silver dimes, and your 6 proofs. Not a bad little purchase. Hey, East Coast Treasure Hunter, how are you, sir? Welcome to the stream. John, I do need to get more subscribers. You need to get out there and grab me some. That'd be great. So, sorry, I'm going to do a couple little envelopes just so I don't lose track of these things. And I will pack them more nicely. And dumps, I don't know if I'm pretty sure I've mailed you stuff in the past, but if you wouldn't mind, just email me your address and screen name and all that stuff so that I've got a record of it and I don't have to go dig up your mailing address. But your silver and your mint set coins are in here. Your proofs are in here. And I may repackage that, but I just want you to see we did put these aside for you, so we're not going to lose track of them. Lucky Comps Jr., welcome to the stream. If I haven't seen you, Ohio Stacker, how are you doing today? David Goolage, Showtime, howdy East Coast Treasure. All right, so somebody said they wanted to do a little giveaway. Give me a second, let me think of what I could give away. I got crap everywhere. You think of something small. All right, sorry guys. I was trying to find something that would be giveaway worthy, that would be kind of nice. And since we were on our proofs, I figured I would give one of these away because I think they're really nice coins. Let me get it out of the pack here, and I will mail this in a flip. But we're gonna do a Nightbot comment picker giveaway. I am going to give channel members a little bit of extra luck. Mods will be included. So make sure you guys just start chatting. You don't know what you're chatting for, but right now we've got 18 eligible, but 60 in the chat. So your entry, all you have to do is chat something, anything. It doesn't matter. Just be active, and you'll get added to the giveaway. Like I said, I'm only seeing 18 unique people, which doesn't seem right. 23 now. Good. You guys got it all figured out. So what are we giving away? We are going to give away this 1986 Nation of Immigrants San Francisco proof $50 that I found in a coin roll hunt earlier this year. And it is one of the nicer proofs I've ever found in circulation. So if you're looking at this, this is absolutely gorgeous for coming out of a roll of $50 from the bank. So this is what you're going to be hopefully winning here. So make sure you do chat if you're interested. Nola Picker just subbed, because you do have to be subbed to be in the chat. So if you're just kind of out there watching and you want to be entered in the giveaway, you do have to sub. And I think you got to do it for about a minute before it'll let you chat. So if you're trolling, not trolling's the wrong word. What's the right word? Lurking. Lurking's the right word. If you're lurking out there and you want to partake, now is the time. So there it is. We will do this. This is our 411 midstream. Who does midstream giveaways? I do. All right, we got 33 people. I'll give it another minute or two while I get something to drink. Is how we could do it, right? I could put my Rubik's Cube in here and say, if you haven't chatted by the time I solve this thing, then you don't deserve to be in the giveaway. So let's see here. Now, for those of you that think we may be here for an eternity, you would be wrong. Unless I screw it up, which I've already done. Let's see here. We'll do that. And we'll do that, and we'll do that. Yeah. All right, that's all the time you get. Okay. I'm going to count this down. I'm going to say from maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to hit roll it. And from there, you guys will pick a Nightbot winner. And let me see if I still have the little screen here to show you guys my screen. Let me see what this shows you. Hang on. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So there it is. So you guys can see it too. I got 37 eligible. I got 57 in the stream, which means 20 of you aren't entered, but I've given you long enough. I'm going to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to hit roll it. It's going to pick a winner. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it didn't do it. Now it's going to do it. There it goes. JR, channel member, you have won the giveaway. So JR, make sure you email me, claim the prize. I need your mailing address, and I will get this out the door. Yeah, JR says rigged. He won, and he says rigged. We will get this out the door to you. And again, even if I've mailed you something in the past, you still have to claim it. You still have to give me your address because, again, I do enough of this over the years that I have lots and lots of addresses, and I'm not going to dig it out of my old email. So congratulations to you. While I have you here, let's get you back on this. And that's not right. Hang on. It's that. There we go. Now it's the right thing. Let me get JR on here. You guys can see that so we don't lose track. JR's little win. There you go. All right, so what are we going to do? We've got Brad. Brad, are you still here? Say hi, Brad, if you're in the chat, because we got your box. And if you've been here since the beginning, box number 1 had a little tiny star in the corner because the teller said that it was going to be a heavy box and that, you know, she thought there'd be silver in it. And as at the beginning of the stream, I said, you know, she's been right like 75, 80% of the time, and I'm going to have to let her know she was wrong. Now, that doesn't mean it wasn't a fantastic box. She was just wrong about it being full of silver. So, thanks, Dumps. Appreciate it. Brad, you're here. All right, man, we're getting into your box. I did receive your payment, or your donation, so thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it to anyone who donates to the channel. That includes my channel members who donate every month. And if you guys are curious, it's as little as $1.99. The main perk you get is I do communicate with you guys a little bit more through chat on private chat. So like this live stream, I give heads up that stuff's coming. You know, I do put out the occasional like coupon on my website if you're going to buy something. But one of the big benefits is I do try to get my videos out to you at least the night before I post them. So you have a couple 10 or 12 or 14 hours to see my videos before the rest of the general public. And that also means that, you know, for those of you that like to be first and never get to be first, it's because members get first crack at viewing the videos. So they're usually first. So let's get this a little out of the way. Brad, good luck. I hope we find silver. I really do. And everything we did for Dumps, it's the same deal for you. We'll be looking for all the same stuff. If you get silver skunked, I will happily throw in a 90% piece of silver so that you don't go home empty-handed. Pound Foolish says, show me that walker. So Faz said he's calling the walker. He said he's calling the walker. I hope we get a walker. Hell, I hope we get a barber. I think that'd be fantastic for Brad. Now, very selfishly, Brad, I hope we don't get like 75, 40%ers because it's going to hurt my feelings, but they will be all yours if that's what turns out. All right, so far I'm safe. One roll in, not having to give away 40%ers yet. I can't even say where that is. Tower Scratcher. Somewhere in Georgia. So Timothy's now calling a Benjian 340s. Detroit Dogs. You said you have no idea what you saying you have no idea what I'm talking about? Or somebody else in the chat? I am talking about coins right now. I was talking about memberships. We're talking about finding valuable and interesting coins, or at the very least, silver coins. That's why we do this. That's why we love this. Finding silver at face value is the name of the game. I'm going to need to get another bin. Ugh. My bin is full. Ugh. But in all seriousness, if anyone has any questions, if you're new here and don't know what we're doing, I'm happy to fill you in. So Detroit Dogs, you don't know anything about coins at all. So for $half, we are hunting these for silver. So 1965 to 1970 is 40% silver. There are San Francisco proofs after, I don't remember, 1992 that were both made in clad, which is nickel and copper. And they were also made in 90% silver. So we're looking for those. Anything 1964 and earlier is made of 90% silver. A 64 and earlier $half is worth about $9 to $10 in silver value today. Don't ask me because I haven't looked at the actual price, but that's roughly where it lands. We will also be looking for a handful of varieties. So these are coins that were misstruck or struck differently or have some type of error on them, like the 71D double die obverse. Like the, let's see here, the 72D no FG, 82 and 83P no FG, the 74D DDO. There's a bunch of them. I know what I'm looking for. If we find them, we'll talk all about it. And someone has purchased this box, which means they donated to the channel, and anything we find in this box, they get to keep. And if we find no silver, I'm still guaranteeing a 90% silver half back out of the deal. So this is where we all cross our fingers. We all hope that Brad does really well. The last box produced quite a number of cool things. And I think Dumps made out on that box, quite frankly. I thought he did a good job. That was a 71, but somebody wrote on it. Somebody talking about markers. There it is. Why? Don't do it. Resist the urge. Just say no. Step away from the markers. 74D. No DDO. So hopefully, Detroit Dogs, that helped a little bit. At least it gives you an idea what we're doing. Houston Pools 2023. If you were asking how much was a box, it was $50. You said 10K on $5. I don't know what that means. I did, if you were listening earlier, I won $10,000 on a $5 scratch off last year. I did do that. Okay, Faz is going crazy. Somebody get the liquor away from him. He's thinking we're finding a cap bust tonight. Something's wrong. Let's see here. Well, that's cool. You guys know each other from somewhere. That's pretty cool. So Scott H., we're all done. We don't have any more boxes. We were just doing $50 tonight. Yes, Detroit Dogs, that's how it works. At least that's how it works tonight. Like last time I did a live stream, we literally gave away rolls throughout the whole box for free. So it just depends on what I feel like doing and what I've set up. And tonight I threw it out that I could sell boxes, or we could randomly give away rolls here and there. And Dumps decided to buy a box, and then Brad jumped in right after him. So it just so happened. That's how it worked out tonight. So I do, as I said earlier, very thankful for all of my donations, whether they're for boxes, for channel members, super chats, just straight PayPal donations. Really appreciate it. And I think this is fun. As much as I like making videos and, the ad revenue is obviously way better when I film it and push it out and 10,000 people look at a video. It's tough to beat sitting here doing this and being able to chat with you guys and answer questions. It's just much more social for me. Otherwise, I'm sitting in my basement watching like One Piece while I do this. And for those of you that don't know, my son made me watch it, and now I'm like 100 and something episodes in, and it's crazy. So Detroit Dogs, I love this hobby. Because it's cool historically. I mean, if you're into the history of coins, there's a lot there. There's a lot to learn. I mean, it's all like, baseball cards or football cards or, any kind of collecting really. Comic books. There's a lot you need to know. There's a lot you get to look for. And what I do like about the coin roll hunting hobby is it's kind of free if you think about it. Because I got all these coins from the bank. I'm going to go through them. Let's say I was doing this video for myself, right? I'm going to go through all these coins. I'm going to keep the handful of coins that are valuable. Everything else is going back to the bank. This was a lottery ticket that I didn't have to pay for. So this hobby is a lot of fun. Now, I've still yet to have a gigantic score. I've had some good scores. I mean, I found a quarter that I got sold for $300, right? I've got probably a couple of coins that I could sell for, a decent amount of money, $1, $2, $3, $4, $500. But I've yet to find that one coin worth like $1,800 or $2,500 or $50,000 or, anything like that. That would be wonderful if that happened one day. But the hunt shall continue until we do. Brad, we're on roll 6 here, bud. So far, it's not looking as good as Dumps's, if that's how you say it. Box. But what I do like is that we've got a lot of circulated coins. I'm not seeing a lot of new stuff. So that could bode well for us at some point. Sorry, just catching up on the chat when you see me get quiet and stop. So I say free, Detroit Dogs, and it equates to free. So Timothy was talking earlier. He takes out $6,400, $6,400, $6,500 a week and change to go through. I do anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. Typically, it's $1,000 to call it $1,500 is what I do. So you have to be at least financially solvent enough to float the cash to get the coins to look through, right? So it's not like I get to go to the bank and they just hand me free coins. But I do get my money back when I take them back. 2006, Denver, first NIFC. And Brad, I think you did say you were interested in the NIFCs. So we can, let's say you get a bunch of 2006s and you just want 1 or 2 of them, you can do that and I'll trade out the rest for silver. So it's your choice. Or if for some reason you want 50 2006s, if that's what you get, that's up to you. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be your choice. 6,700, thank you. Hey there, let's see here, how do I pronounce that? Gatita Asso? I'm sure I screwed that up, but hey there, where are you from in Georgia? I'm outside of, I'm in the metro, I'll call it the metro Atlanta area, kind of in the Marietta, Roswell, Kennesaw area. So Detroit Dogs, there is no amount of money that I could say is the right amount of money. We were talking earlier. You can go into the bank, and if you happen to be at the right bank in the right time and get the right roll, you could spend as little as $5 or $10 and get a great score. I have some shorts on my channel, if you haven't checked it out, where, you know, I've got in and bought $50 worth of halves and found, you know, $200 worth of silver in those 50 bucks. If you watch my videos, I've been on 10, 15, 20, 25 box silver skunk streaks, right? Where I've gone weeks and weeks and not found anything of interest. So it's not so much about the right amount of spend. It's more about being lucky, I'll say. The biggest example I give people in the comments is that this is, and I've said it already here, it's a lot like playing the lottery in that that's just a nice 81. That looks like a Philly, looks like a mint set coin. I'll set that aside for you as well, just because it's such a nice coin. If you're interested in keeping it, Brad, you can keep it. Lottery tickets. And I just did this the other day for a viewer. I said, here's what we're going to do. Sorry, 2002, the next NIFC of the hunt. NIFC stands for not intended for circulation. Go to the gas station every day and buy one $2 ticket and keep track of your win-loss record. And I'm willing to bet you at the end of 3 months, you will not have won very often. Because a $2 ticket is going to win 1 in every, call it 5 to 6 tickets. And if you only buy 1, the odds of you get going in and the next one out of the shoe is the winner is not really all that likely. And then I said for the next couple of weeks or the next couple of months, go to that same gas station and buy 10 $2 tickets in a row. And keep track of your win-loss record. And granted, with the lottery, you are going to lose money doing this. But you're going to have a heck of a lot more winners buying 10 $2 tickets in a row. And coin roll hunting is a little bit the same way. It is a volume game. I think the more coins you can go through, the more coins you can see, the more likely you are to find something. If you go to the bank and get $1 worth of quarters and expect to find something, good luck. It's possible, but not likely. See, this really wants to be a DDO when you see that split in the bottom of the eye and that kind of funny hook on the top of the eye, but that actually doesn't count. You've got to have a full doubling in the bottom serif and the top left serif and some doubling in the end for it to count. But that always fools me when I first started coin roll hunting, looking at that. So let's see here. So you do have to be lucky. That's kind of what I'm saying. Have you entered in my giveaway yet? East Coast Treasure Hunter? I don't think so. I haven't been on YouTube a whole lot other than to consume content at night while I go to sleep. So I haven't seen it. I will check it out, though. Nate, I have $400 of halves left to go. Detroit Dogs, is there a way you can lose money doing this? I mean, if you get robbed. Do you ever order boxes of coins that you don't bank at? Is that a thing? So the answer to that question is pretty much no. I have never heard of a bank. Well, maybe not never. Somebody may have told me the other day. Maybe they were an ex-member or something. But typically, you do need to be a member, and some banks you even need to have a business account to order coins. I have some Wells Fargo branches and Fifth Third branches that will not order for me. I have other branches that will. I have some Wells Fargo branches, when I go in them, they won't give me more than 5 rolls of any denomination at a time. I have other branches that I can go in and take out $1,500 worth of any denomination that they have in the vault, and they are happy to give them to me. So it varies bank to bank and sometimes branch to branch. But yes, if you're going to order, I would guess 99% of the time you're going to have to be a member, especially if it's a credit union. So James, in box number 1, which we did for dumps, we found a bunch of stuff that's scrolling across the top of the screen. We found a bunch of proofs. There's a 2022 Philly. We found a 1987 proof, which was really cool. So it's up there. We had some cool stuff. We didn't find any silver, but we did find some cool stuff. And we are hunting for errors as we go, and just so far, haven't found anything. So far on this box, we got 2 not intended for circulation coins and 1 mint set coin that I set aside for Brad. If you buy a box of quarters and there might be a penny in a roll. So there you go, East Coast Treasure Hunter, you are right. So that is how you can lose money doing this. And so my worst ever, I got and this was from a bank box. So this was like a Brinks wrap box of quarters. 2021, too bad that's not an NIFC. I think I had something like, and I'm making up a big number because it was something like this, like 63 misstuffed coins. In a box of bank wrapped quarters. It was insane. I had like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 rolls that were overstuffed with quarters, which means I got extras. And then all the rest of them were misstuffed with nickels or misstuffed with pennies or misstuffed with dimes or whatever. It was terrible. I actually went to the bank and complained and was like, you should watch this video that I posted. I was like, this should tell you a little bit about the quality control of your freaking armored car company. But that was the worst that's ever happened. Typically, Burning Spirit, thanks for subscribing. Typically, if you get shorted in rolls, especially bank wrapped rolls, it's pretty minimal. You know, you might lose 50 cents or 75 cents or 25 cents, or, you know, you're going to lose a little bit of money. You're not going to lose a bunch. So like the quarter box video that I edited tonight that'll go out, hopefully, it won't go out tomorrow. It'll go to my members tomorrow. It'll probably come out on Saturday. I had 2 foreigns. I'm not going to tell you what they were because they were kind of neat. And I had 2 misstuffed. So I had something other than quarters in the boxes. So that's 4 quarters that I was shorted. So I lost $1 minimum on that box. But I think I also was overstuffed and a couple of rolls, so I got a couple extra quarters, so it probably all came out in the wash. Brad, that's a lot of investment for not having gone through a roll yet. But you have all the good stuff to get you going. And I can tell you, if you're going to do pennies, you're going to love that microscope, regardless of what type you got. Pennies are so tough to look at. All right, this is roll number 16. And so far, it has not looked as good as our last box, Brad. I'm hoping this turns around for you. Something else we haven't talked about in this stream that I love finding, and I don't find them like I used to, is magic coins. My last couple of streams, somebody's invariably asked me to do the trick, which I'm not going to do tonight, so don't ask, because I don't have any magic coins handy. But Magic coins are pretty cool to find because they're retail. They're about 30 bucks. So, you know, finding a used one in a bank box or something is pretty neat. Brad, dimes are absolutely the worst, and I typically at this stage only hunt them for silver. My last in earnest dime hunt, because so many people asked, I tried to hunt most of the box or whatever I had. I can't remember if they were customer wrapped or whatever, and I made it through about 60% of the dimes and just couldn't do it. I'd been at it for a couple of hours and was just like, I can't spend any more time trying to look at these dimes. And ended up just doing the rest for silver. And I think I ended up being skunked on those dimes as well. So we got to find some silver, everybody. It's driving me nuts. So Chelmick is going through pennies as we speak. So here's the thing, guys. Like, somebody asked me, or I get asked quite frequently, really, would I coin roll hunt if I didn't have a YouTube channel? And my answer is typically, yes, I would. I wouldn't hunt as much as at least as I was. I've been off a little bit the last couple of weeks. I haven't been posting as much as I used to. But I would. I wouldn't be doing, 5 boxes a week or anything like that. And I would enjoy hunting pennies a lot more if I was only doing them for pleasure, because they just take so long to do. And when I'm in the mode of like, I want to do a hunt and I want to find stuff for the community and I want to post a video and I want to hurry up and get content out, and I can do a box of halves and, call it an hour or hour and a half. And a box of pennies takes me 5 hours or 6 hours. The pressure just to get done is too high. So that's why you also don't see me do as many penny boxes, just simply because the amount of time it takes to do it right. If you just hunted through them for wheat pennies, okay, you can do that pretty quick. But there's so much more to pennies. 2001, 1 year away from an NIFC. Somebody asked me a coin. You mentioned in another video you don't like Loomis rolls. David, I'll come back to that. Let's see here. Somebody asked a question I did want to answer quickly. Dime, silver, tough. Do I re-roll pennies? There it was, Nate. So yes, I do. I don't always, but for the most part, yes, I do. I have a Royal Sovereign coin counter that helps me re-roll pennies really, really quickly. And so the way I do it is as I go through rolls, I dump them into the hopper. And then while I'm hunting, it's counting out 4 rolls at a time. So I can kind of hunt and re-wrap at the same time, and I don't have to count them. Now, if I'm in a hurry or, whatnot, they're pennies, and most of the coin machines at like Walmart take 10% or 15%. So I have been known to go drop the $2.50 to just drop them into the coin counter machine. All right, Brad, you have another winner here, a miscellaneous, a necklace coin. The 1971 that somebody has drilled a hole in to make a necklace out of. Nothing too special, but I'll put it up there for you because it is technically a miscellaneous. So back to the previous question that I skipped over. Don't like Loomis rolls. So I don't like Loomis $half. It's not that I don't like Loomis rolls. So I have said I don't like Loomis rolls out loud. I've said it in chats. I've said it in other live streams. And what I mean by that is I don't like Loomis $half because my longest and most sustained skunks and boxes have almost always been Loomis. The only times I've ever gotten full boxes of brand new $half have been with Loomis boxes. And typically when I do find silver in Loomis boxes, and don't get me wrong, I have found some cool stuff in Loomis boxes. But I typically find like 1 or 2 silvers. I have never in my channel's history had an epic box in a Loomis box. I think my biggest score ever was 9 40%ers in a Loomis box, and that was a long time ago. So I only hunt Loomis boxes when my regular bank that does Brinks happens to get a Loomis box, which is very, very rare. But it does happen throughout the year. All right, we're getting in here into roll number 22, Brad. Aren't you looking for AGE or Age 1946? I don't know if that's for me, Glitched Gaming. I don't know who that's for. I don't know how to answer that question. Brad says, I've settled on quarters, more errors. Pennies have more errors, but way a lot more. So, Brad, quarters, I mean, if you want to find errors, in my opinion, the easiest is quarters. I do really enjoy a good quarter hunt, but I am getting a little tired of finding the same errors over and over again. But it is nice that you can go through a box of quarters, and while you might not find much silver, a box is always good for, at least in Atlanta, good for 8, 10, 12, 15, you know, die chips or die cracks or, you know, what have you. And they're also almost always good for bicentennials if you're collecting bicentennials, which I do keep nice ones and do rolls. What age is silver? So Glitched Gaming. So what age is silver? So $50, 65 to 70 is 40%. 64 and earlier is 90%. So yes, we are looking for silver. I get very few NF String and Sun boxes. I have gotten the occasional $50 String and Sun, but it's rare. Oh, that wanted to be silver briefly. Thought we were going to get lucky. So Brad, the other guy, yes. Dumps so far has had the superior box. The proofs in that were pretty amazing. I mean, the other thing I was talking about volume that I do like is I have seen in the past where, like, you know, if you get a lot of silver in one box, you know, it's not uncommon for that next box to have a lot of silver, because the way these things get, you know, silver, you know, coins get dumped into vats and then they go through a machine and they get re-rolled and so on and so forth. So if a bunch of silver hits that thing, it can all end up across a couple 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. So that's the other reason I like to get at least 2 boxes, because if you get the right 2 boxes, it can be a big continuation of a coin collection dump. But that's not always the case. Like my last half video, I had 1 silver in one box and like 16 in the other, or 18 in the other. So that would have been another one. If I were on and selling those, one person would have been like, woohoo! And the other person would have been a little disappointed. I know, Faz, there's going to be a Walker in here, or a Walking Liberty, I'm sorry, or a Cap Bust. That's pretty crazy that the diameter's a little off. So JR, it's not a bad way to do it, especially if you're really dialed in. If you're really dialed in on hunting specific years or errors, like getting dialed in on pennies so they're all fresh in your mind, what you're looking for. That's a good way to go. Now, I will say, I don't know how people sit down and go through like 5 boxes of nickels at a go or 5 boxes of pennies, because I tend to like the variety and the switching gears. But I also know that, you know, the more penny boxes I hunt, the faster I am at it, because I can keep in my head everything I'm looking for rather than having to use my cheat sheet. But, all right, roll number 25. The first half of the box so far, unless this roll turns it around, has not been too kind to us. Fingers crossed the second half gets better. Hey, Dumps, appreciate it. If you got to go, really appreciate it. But thank you so much for joining. It's a lot of fun, and I'm really glad that your box worked out for you. And thank you so much for your donation. All right. We're going to go this way. We're going to sweep the box from the other direction. Switch it up. So this is roll number 26. We are officially in the second half of this box, Brad. So many coins to scope. I wish we were finding errors. That would be nice. I still, and I just haven't done it, but I'm going to. I promise this year I'm going to do it. I kind of need to get going on it. APMEX is running, or APMEX, or however you guys want to pronounce it. They're running a deal right now where you can do 10 standard coin submissions for basically $10 a coin plus shipping, right? And then, I mean, obviously there's extras you can pay for. But I've got a bunch of stuff that I kind of just want to get graded. I'm not saying it's going to be super high value, but I'm going to try to do a video of picking out 10 coins to send in, and let's play the guess the grade game before we send them in, and then send them off to APMEX and see what they come back as. The downside is it's $10 a coin plus shipping. That's for regular plain old coin. So if you want to do a variety attribution like a DDO or something, I think it's $10 or $12 extra per coin. So I may only pick a handful of varieties, and then the rest be some straight up, kind of older coins from the late 1800s or early 1900s. But it's something I want to do. I think that'd be fun. See here, let's have there's a walker in this box. Do I win the coveted cool dude sticker? I don't have a cool dude sticker, but if there's a walker in here, maybe I can make one up. Wild card coins, I am absolutely looking for the 83 no FG. I'm looking for the 72D no FG. We're looking for the 82P no FG. 71D DDO. We are looking for all of those things. The 71 double die obverse we are looking for. The 77D DDO we are looking for. I cover pretty much all of the varieties on my channel. And I'm one of the few that does it, at least consistently. There's a lot of channels that just basically rip for silver and move on, but I've found enough varieties over the years that I just enjoy looking for them. They're kind of fun when you do find them. Roll 29, Brad. We need the silver gods to shine upon us, or at least maybe the proof gods. The NIFC gods to maybe build you up a little silver. So, Tim, if you went up at APMEX for one coin and shipping, I spent $44. Go to their website. I mean, I'm curious what you found, or what you think. If you go to their website, I think they have a tab called Specials, and there's a flyer in there that talks about the deal I'm talking about. And it's 10 coins for like $129, right? And then they have all of their extra fees laid out in their form. And I know that the shipping is expensive for what they want. All right, Brad, we got you another NIFC. We're getting closer to some silver if you want to trade up. But there's a 2015 Philly for you. So we're up to 3. It's better than 2. I like proofs, man. I love finding them. I just think they're pretty coins, even when they're damaged. I think they're fun to find. Somebody asked about Balboas earlier. I love finding Balboas. But the Balboa is just a gorgeous coin. I really like them a lot. I think I have here's my tube of Panamanians right here. If you've never seen a Panamanian, at least the one I like, it's this one. That's the design on the Balboa. I just think it's at least the main one, right? And that's also on the quarter. I just think that's a gorgeous coin from Panama. But every single one of them in this tube have been found coin roll hunting. And I have other tubes. It's just this is the one I'm working on right now. Oh, sorry. I was looking at a 71 and I got distracted. So East Coast Treasure Hunter, I for my birthday over COVID, like the first year of COVID, I got a Garrett Ace 400 or 450, and I've taken it out a couple of times, but I haven't been able to find, well, it's not that I haven't been able to find, I just haven't looked that hard. I just live too far away from good farmland that would be interesting to do a big metal detecting hunt on. So I've done some local parks, and of course I've hunted my own yard. Wait. Sorry, I got to stop my story. What? Brad, how do you feel about this box right now? I want to know how you feel about it right now. I don't think that's a walker, Faz. The reading is too good to be a walker. It's too clean. All right, Brad. So this box is working out better for you now. So did Dumps get the better box, or did you? Let's see if you feel differently. So for those of you that are new, I know there's a few of you in the chat because just from the questions, this is what we're looking for right here. You want that solid silver edge. We'll call it gray. We'll call it silver. Now, it could be foreign. I'm not thinking so based on the reading because it looks just like the coins next to it. But when we find this, we get excited because if it's a 90% silver half, it means we spent 50 cents to get a coin that's worth about 10 bucks. So it's that lottery ticket situation we were talking about. So let's check it out here. It is a 64. So it's a 90%er. We have a mint mark on the back, so we're going to check a couple of things here for you, Brad. Okay, we don't have a DDO in the trust. We don't have the triple die in the Wii. And there is a repunched mint mark. And we do not have the repunched mint mark. So no error on this guy, but you know what? This box just got way more exciting in a single roll, didn't it? I'm going to bring these down here a little bit so you can see them. That's way better. That's way better. Just a super good walker. Very cool. I'm just seeing what you guys all fast as rigged. Oh, JR is just a hater. You guys are funny. So congrats, Brad. I'm so happy this one finally produced some silver. That makes this so much nicer for the rest of this box, I think. And it makes me happy that we found some silver on a stream, because I know my last couple of streams we've been skunked. And I don't like that. Oh, we got another NIFC. 2015 looks like a Philly. You're up to 4. 2021, 2022 Denver. Oh, that was so much fun. What's on the 81? Was it something on the coin that you saw? All right, East Coast Treasure Hunter. I'm going to go check out if your giveaway, see what you're doing. I'll make sure I check that out tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, David, it's hard pressed to find NF String and Son here in Atlanta. May the odds forever be in our favor. That's right out of the Hunger Games, which they also filmed in Atlanta. Now I just want to see lots of silver. Come on now. Once we found one, we want to find like 10 times more. And so to that point about NF String and Son, at least the banks I use, none of them have that as a supplier. That doesn't mean we don't occasionally get NF String and Son rolls, but most of my most of my Fifth Third banks do Brinks, and most of my Wells Fargos do Loomis. And sometimes they get intermixed, and I don't know why, because the Brinks truck will show up with Loomis rolls, which is just weird, but I do occasionally. All right, we got something shiny in here. You might have a proof right here, Brad. You might get lucky. We'll see it when we get to it. 81, I don't think there's anything on the 81. There may be something more obscure that I'm less familiar with in the Strike It Rich book. I can look at that in just a second, but I don't think there is anything on the 81. But I could be wrong. It's not something I normally look for, I can tell you that. I mean, like the 72 has a DDO as well that is like 10 times more rare. Not the 72D, but the 72. And I look for it sometimes, but it's so rare that I just don't always spend my time because there's so many 72s. Another NIFC, 2016 Philly. So you're up to 5 NIFCs, Brad. This is turning around for you. The second half of the box is working out. All right, strike it rich. John Kennedy, F. Kennedy, $50. 77D has a weak FG. I know there's also a DDO. The 84P technically has a DDO. The 82 has the no FG. No. No, sir. There is nothing on the 81 worth looking at. So Faz is convinced we're going to see a walker. I hope we do. I think that's a bold call for a walker. Right now, I'd be happy if we just found a 40. The 71 also has so many awful grease strikes, which I just think is really weird. I don't know if it was a quality control problem on the 71s or what, but so many grease strikes. I'll tell you something, whoever was asking about losing money doing this, the other way I lose money is I drop so many coins on the floor, and it will take me forever to find them all. JR, I will say sometimes you're not wrong. Although if I'm, I typically do a 2-box hunt, and I would rather find that silver at the tail end of my second box than early in my first box for the same reason you just said. But I will say I feel a lot better finding some silver rather than no silver. I also think because I'm filming all this, it's more interesting for you guys. I try to keep my channel real. I try to post the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's very few boxes that I have hunted over the years that I have filmed and just thrown away. That's not to say I haven't done it, but I don't do it often. And I know that like my last big long skunk streak in, I think it was December. I mean, I showed you guys every box, I think. There might have been 2 I skipped, but for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, I posted videos of me finding literally nothing. And I appreciate all of you that watch those videos. I appreciate all of you that like and comment and whatnot on those videos. But I know I consume content on YouTube too, and that can get old. So, I'd rather find one and entertain than find none and just sit here and stew about it and feel like throwing away the footage. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. We're on a good pace, though. All right, we got 14 rolls left. So this is roll 30. What is this, 37? Rat Cross Studios says, hey, George Silverhunter, do you have any boxes available for adoption tonight? I do not. This is my last box. I had 2. And this is it for tonight. So Faz, your comment there, it's funny. I actually thought about it my first year, but I was so concerned with the legitimacy of coin roll hunting on YouTube. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I was the first. I'm not going to pretend like I was the 10th. Honestly, I was pretty late to the game for the time I joined. Now there's lots and lots of people doing this on YouTube, but I remember at some point after my first year or second year, and I don't remember the YouTuber, and if you're not watching, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings here, but he did an April Fool's where he did a customer wrapped hunt and found like 10 Indian head pennies, and he found like 7 silvers, and and he bought like $6 worth of change from the bank. And, you know, while it's a nice little April Fool's joke, if that's the only video you ever saw of a coin roll hunt, it kind of cheapens it, and it kind of makes you question, well, if I can do this as an April Fool's joke, couldn't any one of these people on YouTube do this for every single video? And the reality is, in some ways, I mean, I can think through how you could fake this really without spending too much trouble if you can get a hold of the paper. It wouldn't be worth the time, if you get my meaning. Like, the amount of time it would take to fake a whole box or even fake a handful of rolls, it just wouldn't be worth it. So anything that casts a shadow on the legitimacy of coin roll hunting, I tend to stay away from. Because I know I hate it when I get people calling me a faker and a cheater and all that stuff in the comments. It drives me absolutely nuts. And maybe I shouldn't care so much, but I do. So that is an April Fool's joke you will never see me do. Maybe I'll do it for members. Maybe I'll do that. And that way we can do it and keep it in the family. All right, we got 11 rolls left, everybody. Let's see here. We are 49 people watching. It's pretty good for a random out of the blue hunt. Thanks, Nate. I appreciate that. I love this channel too. I have stuff that I want to do more of on the channel, and it's just stuff that I don't either have time or I haven't quite figured out how to do it in a fast and convenient way. I mean, I'd love to do more purchases and unboxing of stuff, and I was starting to do more of that, you know, maybe a year ago, and it just, people weren't watching it, you know. I mean, I won't say weren't, you know, I would do an unboxing and 800 people would watch, and then I would do a penny hunt that I didn't find anything, and 3,000 people would watch it. So you start going, well, while I may want to do more purchases and unboxings, I'm not sure my audience does. So that's the other thing that's kept me back from trying some new things, is like the time and effort that you might go through to have nobody care weighs on you a little bit. And you start going, well, do I want to spend the time on stuff that I know people likes versus going out and trying new stuff? So that's why I said, like, the grading thing would be new on the channel. I've never done it before. People seem to like it. And honestly, I have stuff I want to get graded, so I can do it very selfishly as well. But that's the kind of stuff that holds you back. I shouldn't think about it too much. I should just do it. Wildcard, what did you unbox? I would love to know. Can I do a nickel live stream? Nate, I could. I haven't thought about doing... So the last time I did a nickel live stream was with Jinx Brothers, who had a coin channel a long time ago, before COVID. He is now Nacho Stuff. He's completely changed. He's doing a... Hey, Derek Barrett, thanks for subscribing. He's doing a street scraping channel. So he's one of those guys that runs around and picks up all the stuff off the street people throw out before the garbage people come through, and he basically scraps, right? It's metals. So, you know, it's aluminum, it's steel, it's, you know, whatever he can find. You know, big days when he's finding washer and dryers out there, and treadmills and engines and things like that, because he can make a good bit of money on that metal at the recycling center. But we did a box battle. So we both got, I think it was nickels. Was it nickels or was it pennies? Anyway, I thought it was nickels, but we did a box battle a long time ago, 2-3 years ago, probably 3 years ago now. And that was a lot of fun because we used StreamYards online, so we were both online at the same time. You could watch both boxes being opened at the same time, and we had a point system that we kept. And he went to the bathroom at one point, and then I was trying to be sneaky by pulling stuff out of my stash to say I found it while he was gone, and he walked back while I was setting it all up, so it was kind of funny. Just because we were doing a box battle, and of course everybody would have been in on it except him, and he caught me, so oh well. Another NIFC 2015, it's another Philly. I think that's maybe the second or third one of those we found, but it counts. One more for you, Brad. You got 7 rolls left. 7 rolls left. Just do it. So just reading your thing, wildcard coins. But you said your biggest video. So I mean, is your whole thing unboxings? So Lee, you use CAC for encapsulating your Morgans. That's awesome. I've not looked up their pricing for grading, so I don't know. I don't know what they cost. I just know APMEX is the cheapest because you don't need a membership, right? They're pretty fast turnaround. I know they don't have like the highest name recognition amongst all the grading companies out there. But for what I want to do, like, you know, I mean, if I send in a coin that I think is, I don't know, MS63, and it comes back from APMEX as the variety that I want, and it's an MS65, you know, if it makes sense for me to pop that out and send it to PCGS because I'll get a bunch more money for it, you know, I could be talked into doing that. Can you tell us again what year our NIFC? Sure, doesn't matter. 1970 is an NIFC because it was only made in mint sets, and it is also 40% silver. And I think we just got another one. It's hiding, and I could be wrong. It could just be white, but right there, let me look. Let's look. Oh no, it's cheating. Somebody whitened it. It's just clad. Never mind. Sorry, false alarm, Brad. Go back to what you were doing. But doesn't matter. So 1970, 40% silver, only done in mint sets. 1987 was only made in mint sets and proof sets. So that is also NIFC. And then 2002 to 2020. Very, very low mintage. A lot of them were talking 2 to maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 million were produced. Mainly produced for collectors and sold in rolls by the mint, and not released to the banking system. At least that's what we are told, and that's why they are not intended for circulation. Now, 21 and 22, you could tell were produced to be not intended for circulation just due to the lower mintages. But because of COVID and the coin shortage and all that, the mint dumped, I would say, most of them into circulation. So while the mintages are still low, nobody cares about them as being NIFC because boxes and boxes and boxes and millions and millions and millions of them were dumped into circulation. And that's why you see coin roll hunters complain online that, you know, I'm on my 30th box of getting, you know, brand new 2022s. That is not intended for circulation coin if you can get 22 boxes in a row of brand new coins at the bank. So hopefully that answers that question. I got you, wild card. That makes sense. So, Tim, I keep 59 and older. 55 and older is just as good. 39S, 42S, 43P war nickel. Yeah, a lot of the nickels I keep, there's not a lot of value in them other than, you know, the war nickels, or if you happen to find, you know, one of the few varieties or a Henning nickel or something. But I just think nickels are fun to hunt, especially when you do find like V nickels or buffalo nickels. That makes a hunt, even though it's not worth much. Thank Lil Zed. I'm glad you found me too. Thanks, Showtime. Appreciate it. So we have 4 rolls left, including this one, Brad. So we are approaching the end of today's show, if you will. Today's episode, 2010 Denver. Another NIFC for you, sir. You are now up to 2, 4, 6, 7. Not a bad little haul. With a 1964 90%er, mind you. So here's what I'm going to do just to make this easier for me. There's your empty box, Brad. I need the space. That's the other reason I'm doing it. Here's your 3 rolls. I'm going to put them right back behind here. You can't really see them that well, but those are your last 3. For those of you still in the stream, we will do a little giveaway for end of the stream video. End of the stream, just to say thank you guys for hanging out. I don't know what I'm going to give away yet, but it'll be something. So, hang tight. I know it's getting late. 1996, 83. We found no errors today. I think in my last stream we found one, though, which was nice. Since we don't have a whole lot of time left, if any of you guys are new or if you have questions, if you've been around for a while, happy to answer anything you have. There are no dumb questions, only dumb answers. That's usually because it's coming out of my mouth. But anything you guys want to know? I may say I don't know, but at least happy to hear the question. Roll number 49. Couple of shinies. Nate Ferrier, no, we didn't have silver. Thought we did a couple of rolls ago. David, the Delta Credit Union near me, one of them doesn't have a coin machine. The other one that does, it says they have a $200 limit, and then they charge a fee. So Nate, yeah, we will do it will be a chat giveaway. So I will cover that when we get to it. This is a 72. It was kind of pretty. Got a lot of grease in it though. So we will cover the giveaway when we get to it. Let's get through our last 30 coins or so here. Sorry if I'm doing this a little off screen. Well, we got a 2005, another NIFC for you. 2005 Philly. Now you're up to, I think, 7 or 8. Any last row luck here? Oh, shoot. Hang on. My computer decided to try to sleep on me. So I can't see what you see. Not seeing anything. I was hoping we would, but we didn't. So can we find anything on the inside? 72D. There's the G, so not a no FG. Ugly 71, we're not going to look at that. I'm going to look at the chat here in a second as well. All right, last coin. No. Okay, so where did we land for Brad? Let's check this out. There's a 5, there's a 6, there's a 2, 15, 15, 16, 15, 20, 10. So a nice little run of NIFCs there. 2, 4, 6. You got 8 of them. Send you that nice 81, I think from a mint set. That looks like it got popped, the 1981 Philadelphia. And of course we have our nice 1964 90% silver. And I'm going to throw a 40% in since we threw some in for the last one, just so you don't feel left out. What do I have the most of up here? Looks like 69s. It's not a beaut, but it is still silver, Brad. So I'm going to throw this in as well for the donation. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. So, Brad, hopefully you're still there. Please speak up if you are. Nate, there is not another box. That is the end. Do you ever buy loose coins in auction? I have done very well in poorly advertised auctions. No, I've not ever been to an auction. I do look at like estate sales and stuff from time to time, but usually that stuff ends up going for way more than it's worth. So Brad, you're good with that. The NIFCs, do you want all of them? Do you want, I mean, you've got 3 2015 Ps. I mean, I'll ship them to you if you want them. I don't think you need 3 of them, but that's up to you. But if you want to do any of the NIFCs for silver dimes, I'm happy to do it, or we can just ship you the silver. So let me know what you want to do and shoot me an email. We'll go from there. Yes, Showtime, we did not get skunked. So for those of you that think we only find silver in pre-recorded videos, watch till the end because we found silver. Yay! Yeah, I watch some of the coin or the garage sale guys on YouTube, and sometimes they get super lucky. They get super duper lucky and find coin collections and stuff. I've done pretty well with nextdoor.com finding coins from people, and I've done pretty good sales there or pretty good purchases there. So Lil Zed, where are you at? But I do love finding people that are selling their collections, especially if I can get them for a decent price. That's too far away. Would love to see what they had to sell, though. All right, so let's do this. Let me so Brad, shoot me an email what you want to do. I'll put all this stuff aside, but if there's any of these NIFCs you don't want or something, let me know. Just do it in the email you send me. And it's Miller, right? Yep, Brad Miller. Come on. So we will put all of this in one, and I'll put all your NIFCs in another. I have a bazillion of these little envelopes. And make sure you do send me your address as well, Brad. 3. I hear you, Showtime. I know. I probably get more frustrated than I should. What do I pay for junk silver? I try to pay as little as possible for junk silver. I try to find all my junk silver. But when I do, the last time I bought some, I think I paid, it was over Christmas, and I think I paid 18 times face, which was kind of about the lowest you were finding at the time. If you can find 18 times face right now, you're doing great because most shops are going to be 22 to probably 26 right now. I'm having trouble with my something. Long-time subscribers, not like the vertical live. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the vertical live. My next one, I'll probably go back to widescreen. I just know that this gets advertised in shorts and typically can draw more people in that have never seen the channel before. So I'm just giving it a try. This is my second one now. So I'll probably go back to the widescreen for my next one. But yeah, I mean, it's just something you got to try. YouTube's doing it. So we gotta change with the times and try new things. So that's what we did here tonight. Like I said, I'll probably go back, but let's give away, you know what, to thank you guys for hanging out for the stream. Just a little giveaway to say thank you. Let's do a silver dime. And what else can I give away here? We will do a silver dime. So that's worth about $2. If anybody's like wondering why I'm giving away a lonely silver dime. We'll do the silver dime, and what do I have laying around here somewhere? Let me see what I have. No, I can't do any of those things. You know what? Let me find a war nickel. We'll do a silver dime and a war nickel. All right, so hopefully you guys can see that. Whoop. It's kind of hard to see over my logo there. Grabbing a couple of nickels out to see what we got here. There's a 1943 Philadelphia War nickel. So that'll be our little end of stream giveaway. So what we're going to do here is all you have to do is chat, say something in the chat, anything in the chat. It will register that you're chatting, and we will pick a winner from the chat. And Nightbot will do it. So let's see here. We want to do that, and then we want to do that. So we've got 19 eligible people. All you have to do is say anything. Good luck. Thank you. Pick me. I love Nightbot. Anything that you need to say, go ahead and say it. I'm going to turn this down so everybody has equal luck here for the end of stream, since the last one we did do a little bit of extra luck for our channel members. Yeah, and Quirky, Quippy, Quip, I agree. I tend to not buy a ton of junk silver. I do buy from time to time, especially like the purchase I made when I was in New York it was actually a pretty good deal. I got some more. I did a video on it. I got some Morgan dollars. I got a couple of Colombian Expos. I got a Barber. I got there were some interesting things in there that I got for the price. So, but yeah, I'm not somebody who buys a ton of junk silver. Typically when I buy bullion, or, bars or what have you. So when I'm buying silver. Speaking of, if anybody's interested in buying some silver, I do have a couple of things I can roll out here if you guys are interested, but again, no pressure. But if anybody does want to buy some junk silver that I'm selling, I've got a couple of rounds and things that I can also offer up. But again, if no one's interested, then we can skip it because I know it's getting late. So 25 eligible users. We got 37 watching. I would do my Rubik's Cube trick again, but you guys have seen it. Is there a silver shop in Atlanta? There's a handful of them in and around Atlanta, yes. The local coin shop near me is up in Marietta, and they're very expensive, so I don't go there very often. But do I just do coins? Lil Zed, I don't know what you mean. Do you do just coins? Write that differently. All right, I'm going to give it maybe like one more minute. Hey, your odds are better tonight than on the lottery, that's for sure. Now, value-wise, guys, you're not talking about a lot. The dime's worth about $2. The nickel's worth, I don't know, like $1.10 or something. It's not a ton of silver, but you know what? It's free. So, do I do notes as well? I got you. So, I do some shorts on star notes and things like that, and I've teased that I was going to do like a big star note and web note hunt, but I've never actually done it. Wildcard coins, I do look for star notes. I just don't do videos on it. So, my last couple of star notes I've taken pictures of, but then never posted anything. Just because they weren't special, like they were just regular plain old star notes. So when I find one that's more rare, I'll do a video on it. All right, well, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and count this down. I've given you guys lots and lots of time, so here we go. Good luck to everyone in 3, 2, 1. Rolling it. Glenn Smallwood, you have won the giveaway. So, Glenn, I know you're here because the only way you could be here is because you chatted, so let us know you're still in the chat. You will need to email me with what you've won, and I need your mailing address so I know where to mail this. These types of giveaways, typically I do just put in an envelope. I do tape up the envelope really well. I don't think I've ever had one get lost, except when I sent one to Canada. That got lost. And I paid extra for that, and it made me very mad, so I don't mail stuff outside of the U.S. So, Glenn, let me know. Make sure you are in the U.S. But this will go in a regular envelope, and it will make its way to you. I probably won't go out tomorrow, but I'll get it out the door. And I'll respond to your email when I do send it so you know to look for it. Why does it keep doing that? That's the wrong one. There we go. So, Glenn, I think I'm doing this right. Small wood. Is that 2 ends? 2 ends. So here is your little package. So congratulations on your win, and thank you so much for being part of the stream tonight. I really appreciate it. So let me ask this. I am at the end. I am happy to hang out and answer some questions. As I said, let me just show you guys some of the stuff I have pulled out that I am happy to at least give you guys a buy it now price on, or a starting auction price on if there's interest. So I have the prices that I will quote include shipping, tracked shipping. At least I think I'm going to do that. So I can't get all this on camera, but these are all my, not all, most of my 40% silver. They're all done by date. I'm not necessarily going to say, if you guys are interested in a roll of 40%, that you have to get all 1 year. But I'm doing rolls of 40% silver for $90, and that includes shipping. So if there's interest in purchasing a roll, let me know. No, I don't do whatnot. I don't, but, and if anybody's leaving, thank you guys so much for joining. And thank you guys for your time and your attention and just being here. I really, really appreciate it. So if there's interest, I'm doing $90 a roll on 40%. See you, JB72. I do have a 2023 reverse. I think this is the reverse. Yeah. Reverse proof Morgan set. This is $225 shipped. Why do I not do whatnot? I just don't. I've never done it. And I do have a roll of 64 40%ers. If anybody's interested in that, I can give you a price. And I do have a roll of Benjis that I'd be willing to sell that I could give you a price on. And then the last thing would be our good friend Batarang here. 1 ounce, and I can take it out of the packaging if you guys want, but it is a Samoa 1 ounce solid silver 3/9 fine Batman Batarang that delivered. I could do 46, I think. I think that's a little less than I sell it on the website with shipping. So if there's any interest there. All right, so I see people out. So the price on the Benjis, give me just a second because I haven't looked at today's price. So give me just a second. I did look at the 40s, but I just didn't look at the 90s. So I would be at probably like, hang on a second. Yeah, I'd probably be at like 215 delivered on the Benjis. It'd really be the Benjis or the 64s. American Stacker, no, I never did. I never did. Nate, can I stream on the weekends? Typically, no. Until the end of June, my daughter does volleyball, and I'm in tournaments like every freaking weekend, and I'm just rarely home. So, streaming on the weekends is tough for me. So that's the stuff that I have. I'm not going to tell you that it's cheap. None of it's under spot. I do have to cover shipping, and I got to make sure that I make my little bit on it that I want to make. So that's what I got. If anyone's interested, and even if no one buys now and you are interested, shoot me an email. Like the rolls of coins I don't have on my store. I think the rest of it I do have in my store at gacoinsandcollectibles.com. So you can always check that out. That is something else that you can do. But we don't have a life. That's funny. Yeah, no, for me, I am just super busy these days. So wild card says 2 times 90% and 40%. I'm doing entire rolls, Lil Zed. I'm not doing per coin. Yeah, Nate, I'm all done. So I'm just checking if anybody wants to buy anything. So wild card, if you're asking me, are you asking for 2 rolls of 90s and 2 rolls of 40s, or just 2 individual coins? I mean, spot price at the very moment on a roll of 90% Kennedys is I'm just going to round up. It's $208. It's going to cost me at least $5 to $6 to ship them. So I'm not asking for a whole lot over spot at $215. So I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not. That's what it is. So 20 1964 Kennedys is $208. 2 rolls 40, 2 rolls 90, so that would be 90, 90, so 180. So if you want to buy 2 of each, so do you want to get one Benji, one? Thanks, Glenn. So it doesn't have to necessarily be these 2, but based on the prices I gave you, that would be 180 for the 240s, and it would be 430 for the 2 rolls of 90%, because it'd be 215, 215, 90 and 90. I could take, $10 off since it's going to be more combined shipping if you want. So let me write this down because now I'm confusing myself. If only I could find a sheet of paper. I mean, I could do all that for 600. So just the 40s, so that'd be 90 for one. So if that's all you wanted, it would be 90 for a single roll. And it doesn't have to be 67s. It's just representative, right? So I could mix up and give you some 65s through 69s if you wanted to mix. So it would be 180 then for 2 rolls. Do you want a mix of coins or do you have a specific year? I don't have many 65s, so I can't give you a bunch of 65s, but 66s through 69s, I got plenty. Mixed? Okay. So shoot me a Cash App or a PayPal for 180. Is that what I said? Yeah, 180. And I need your address, and I will get you a mixture. And I'll respond to your email and tell you more about exactly what I'm going to send. Bye, Nate. Thanks for joining. So I can give you kind of the breakdown of the mixture and just make sure you're happy with it before I send it out. And yours definitely will go, in a box, tracking number and everything because it's a purchase. So. So Wildcard, just shoot me an email and I can look for your payment and we'll work it out. But I can definitely do 2 rolls of the 40% for you. Thanks, American Stacker. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Any other questions from anybody? Otherwise, I'll close out the stream here. And like I said, wildcard coins, just email me. It just popped up there what my email address is, and we'll work something out. But to 180, the 2, we'll just make sure we're all on the same page before we send anything. That's fine. I appreciate that, wildcard coins. Cash App's better because they don't charge me fees, but if you want to do PayPal, that works too. Yeah, JR, I wish I had more gold. I was about to buy a bunch of gold when it was at 1,800. And I didn't. And now it's up at like 23.50 or something, 23.80. It's driving me nuts. Have a great night. Yep, I'll look forward to your email there, Wildcard. But I got plenty of this to go around, so it's not going anywhere. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for being in the stream. Thanks for my donators tonight. This was a lot of fun. So thank you, guys. Take care.